Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to today's video. I'm Sarah, this is No BS Beauty, and with me is Ike. As quite frequently he appears. I'll show him to you quick. He's resting. He loves the bathroom, so he also loves water. He might be addicted to it. I'm not sure if there's such thing as a water connoisseur, but if there is, that's Ike. And Lincoln's outside. Okay, so for today's video, I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm going to do a Luxe or like a Bougie evening skincare routine, which for me will be about as luxe and bougie as I get. I realize when I look at some of these, they're not nearly as like bougie as a lot of other people use, but for me, some of these are pretty bougie. Yeah, so this is about as bougie as I get. So I'm going to start out quick with a cleanse. I am in my pajamas, I apologize. So I'm going to start out with a makeup removing cleanse, which will be the Allies of Skin. What do they call it? So vitamin C and omega cleansing balm. I'm going to use that on dry skin and rinse it off. And then afterwards, I'm going to use the Skinfix cleanser. What is this one called? Ceramide Ectoin Gentle Cleanser. So I'm just going to use this as a second step. And then I've got my little Clean Skin Club towel. My family got it for me for my birthday. I just ran out too, so it was perfect timing. But those towels are super handy. I get a lot of use out of them actually. Even after I dry my face, I can think of a lot, like wipe the countertop down or clean this with it. And yeah, anyway. Okay, I'm gonna start with the face cleansing, and then I'll come back to myself and do the toner. So okay, here we go. I'm just gonna make sure it's not too melty. It was a warm one today for being March. It was like 60 degrees out. Wonderful day. Okay, so here we go. It's a fragrance-free cleanser with omegas and vitamin C, but honestly, keep in mind, though, that most of those good ingredients, actually pretty much all of them, go down the drain. So if you're on a budget, a cleanser is probably the easiest thing to budget and just get a gentle, affordable one. You don't need to spend a ton, but if you find one that you like and you can, it's not out of the budget, go for it. You know, just don't go crazy, especially with everything these days getting kind of expensive. You don't want to go into any debt over skincare, that's for sure. So I'm going to put this on, and then once I rinse it off, I'm going to apply a light layer of this and then dry it off, and I hope my sleeve stays up. We'll see. My biggest thing is my eye makeup today. Actually, to be honest, most days lately, I don't even put eye makeup on. Maybe mascara, but nothing else because I'm kind of lazy removing it at the end of the day. There we go. Usually by the end of the day, I'm just tired, you know? Okay. Think it's going to make it work? I guess we'll find out. Slowly but surely, all the mascara is coming off, thankfully. Okay, now a little bit of the Skinfix. Oh, thank you, Ike. There we go. I think I got it pretty good. Okay. Oops, sorry, Egg. He's always there watching. Okay. There we go. Okay. Get all dried up from the cleansing. There we go. It feels good. Okay, I'm going to use a toner. The bougiest toner I could get is the Peach and Lily Bio Rice Wine Softening Toner. It's really not that bougie, but I don't know. Somebody name some other bougie toners because I really couldn't think of many. There's got to be something more bougie that I would like, but if it exists, I don't know about it. But this one's really nice. I reviewed it a few weeks ago, but it's really nice and hydrating and kind of brightens skin up a little bit. And it's pretty nice for my drier skin. It does set to kind of a slightly radiant finish once it dries, but for me with my dry skin, that's just not an issue, but for some people it might be. But I can say those two cleansers did a pretty darn good job. I mean, there's really no residue left. And I had a decent amount of makeup and foundation and eyeliner and eyeshadow on, so I would say I'm impressed. Those cleansers together did a great job. Okay. There we go. Once I did that Moxie and BBL laser, I got a little bit of damage like right here, but I think it's fading. I don't know if it was like a little superficial burn or just like a little part of pigmentation coming up, but it's getting better. But at first I was kind of concerned because it's really dark, just like that right spot. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Make sure I get all my eye makeup off. Some of those eyeliners are pretty stubborn. Now I was just going to pat a little bit of an essence onto my skin. Oh, I was debating using a mist. This is nowhere near a bougie brand though, but they came out with this, which I'm excited for. So I picked it up obviously, but instead of that, I'm just going to pat on the Donginbi single and essence. Donginbi. So it has no scent in it. And I remember it being really expensive and I got it on a deal. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the television show Naked and Afraid before. They film people in survival situations where they get no food, shelter, clothing, any of it for 21 days. And the most recent participant on the episode that was on this weekend was a paraplegic who didn't have any legs. And it was amazing what she can do. She summited Pikes Peak twice. And I can't even do that once with legs. So it was amazing. If you don't ever watch the show, it's worth checking out. It's very inspiring. I'm really thirsty. I don't know why. Okay, I feel like that's soaked in pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit of this on, the plated Calm Serum. I've just been using just a tiny little amount and just on my areas of concern. And it uses exosomes to help fight aging. And it also, the calm version, they have other versions. The calming version also contains oat and beta-glucan to help calm your skin down. So like if you did microneedling or something laser or something before you pick this up, you can use it for that. I think I'll probably mostly be using this after microneedling. So, but yeah, I literally just used a very small amount because it's very expensive. For such a tiny bottle, it's very expensive. So, okay, so I'm going to let that soak in for a second. I'm going to put on my TNS Ceramide Treatment Cream on my neck, which is the budget version of the TNS Advanced Treatment. This one's about under a third of the price, and you get double the size. So there we go. There we go. Feels nice. I love this product. It's just, in my opinion, if you're outpriced by the TNS Advanced Serum, which is easy to be outpriced because it's almost $300, but this one is the budget version of it. It doesn't contain as much of the star ingredient, but it does still contain the star ingredient. So I have no problem using this in some places where I normally would use the Advanced Serum, because this makes it more affordable. And it's still expensive, but it makes it more affordable. Or you could check out the RevivSerum too, Ultimate Serum. Yeah, so I'll try and remember to link that one below. Okay. I'm quick gonna do my TNS Advanced Serum on my face. Quick. This stuff. And again, I just use this where there's wrinkles. And you see, it's got the annoying tube pump system, but I use this very sparingly, focus on the areas of wrinkles, which is my forehead, right around my eyes, and right around my mouth. And losing a little bit of weight over the last 2 or 3 years. My mouth never used to look so wrinkly, but oh well. Too late now. What can I do about it? At least I didn't lose it super fast. Seems like sometimes if you lose the weight too fast, it almost like really affects the collagen in your skin. Yeah. Okay, so that feels nice. I'm going to quick apply my Lash product. Hang on. So, who's this through? Nurex, I want to say. But I could probably get it through my esthetician now that I think about it, but it's just the generic version, I think, of Latisse, and I use it once or twice a week, maybe. I don't use it very often, but occasionally I use it, and then they give you the spoolies, which are annoying. Next time, just give me the bottle and none of these things. You know what I mean? They're just kind of annoying. Let me see if I can get it out. So, I just use it once or twice a week, just mostly for my eyebrows. You're supposed to put like 1 drop on the thing. And then 1 drop is supposed to cover everything. I found I almost always have to use 2 drops. And that is probably because I'm doing it on my eyebrows as well. I was probably just focusing on my top eyelashes. 1 drop is probably fine, but I'm really concerned about my poor eyebrows. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'll try and find where I picked this up from. I think it's Nurex, and I think they just do these little, you know, prescriptions. They did one for me for Altrino, and they did this one for me for the generic Latisse, and I'm sure they do a ton of other stuff too. I need one more sip. Hang on. I'm very dehydrated, huh? I guess. Okay. Now where was I? I did my face. I'm going to put on my brightening product, which today for brightening I was kind of debating between 3 different products, trying to decide how bougie they are. Where'd the other one go? Because I had 3 of them sitting here. Huh. Oh, here it is. So for bougie brightening product, I've picked these 3 to choose from. And I think I'm going with, the SkinMedica. No, you know what? I'm going with the Remedy Dark Spot. You know why? Has a little bit of retinol in there, which is good because I don't have any retinol anywhere else in my routine. So here we go. But it's got a lot of good brightening ingredients in it. So for brightening, we've got retinol. Which isn't really technically per se brightening, but we've got mandelic acid, which is an exfoliant. Then we've got kojic acid, which is a brightening ingredient for dark spots. Then we've got glutathione, licorice root, tranexamic acid, niacinamide, and acetylglucosamine. And it's just pretty nice. It kind of seems like a do it all in one. If only it had azelaic acid in there. That would be awesome. I think I'm going to put a little bit on my neck too. Because I've got a surprise for my neck for today. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to give that a second to soak in, but I'm going to apply the SkinMedica Neck Correct Cream, which it pills a lot. It pills a lot. So it doesn't apply when you initially put it on, but when I wake up in the morning, I notice the pills everywhere, but it's just very thick, silicone-y. But I think it is helping my neck not look so aged or so crinkled. I do think it's helping. I just don't like the fact that it pills up, but it's got so much dimethicone in it. How could it almost not when I'm using it over on top of another product to begin with? So it's kind of not fair of an assessment for it, but that's what my story is, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think the moisturizer has absorbed. What should I do next for my face? I think I'm going to apply a little bit of the Skinfix Barrier Balm with Ectoin as a moisturizer. Let's see. I can hear, I think it's Below Deck on TV in the background. That shows my guilty pleasure. It follows the life of people that work on yachts, and I actually have a friend of a friend who works on yachts and as a chef, and very stressful, very high burnout rate, and I guess apparently a lot of potential like for alcoholism maybe on those ships. I don't know. I've been on a cruise ship, but I've never worked on one. And I've never really been on one for more than like a little bit, so. Okay. That stuff feels really nice. Oh, there's like one little bit left. I can't let a little bit go to waste. Okay. Last but not least. Well, actually not quite last. Not quite last. I was going to put a touch of this peptide, or not peptide, aftercare for Neo Curtis. I think it uses processed proteins, something like that. I'm just going to use a little bit on my dry areas of my face. So, which would be right around my eyes, tend to get pretty dry. And then one more just around my mouth. Just to prevent it from getting too dry. Although thankfully it's warm out, so it shouldn't get too dry. And this also expires very fast, so I feel the need to use it up before it goes bad. That's still 5-6 months. Okay. Niode Kale Serum. Love it. It's going to be my last step. Normally I'd use my Claire's Midnight Blue Calming Cream. That doesn't seem bougie enough to me. And I really don't have anything else that I see on my countertop that's really bougie. So I think I'm just going to go with that. There's got to be something more bougie I have. Maybe this stuff? The Alpine Beauty Peptide and Ghost Berries Moisturizer. Maybe I'll just do a tap of that and then put the Niode over it. So there we go with that. I'm getting my spatula. If I can get it without knocking anything over. There we go. There we go. Maybe moisture overload, but honestly, by the time I wake up, this will all be soaked in. And I sleep on my back, so I don't know, maybe it all just runs into my hairline or something, but I wish I could sleep on my side better. I'm not a very good sleeper. I'm terrible at sleeping, actually. I've never been good at it. I just wake up every 5 minutes. Oh, eye cream. I gotta do my eye cream. And lip balm. So don't let me forget that. There we go. I'm hoping that one mark on the side of my face goes away. It's not very fun to look at. I'm sure it's just side effect. Okay. I'm going with the... should I do the eye cream? I'll do the eye cream first. So this is my Bougie Pick Lamur Eye Concentrate. We'll see. I don't know. A lot of these really expensive brands like Lamur, La Prairie, or Valmont, or Skin, what is it, 111? Most of the time I looked at the ingredient list of those expensive products, I think I'd rather pay full price for something that's not that product. I mean, if you gave it to me for free, I probably wouldn't want it. Just looking at the ingredients, I've not been impressed, but I'm sure there's an exception to the rule somewhere. I'm trying to get the lid open because it's got one of these thingamajiggers on it. My nails aren't long enough to get them. Hang on. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here's what it looks like. So it's kind of a mess. So I guess... At least I don't notice any smell from it. It probably does have a little bit of an herbal scent to it, but I don't notice it until I went and really focused on it. There we go. Okay. There we go with the Bougie eye cream. I know, but with how lightweight the texture, this could probably last me like 6 months if I'd really tried. Okay, onto the Niode lip and then done. So here we go with the Niode goodies. Copper amino peptide lipid. Which every time I use this, I remember the first few times I used it, I hated it. The first whole tube, I hated it. And for some reason, I bought it again, and I liked it. Isn't that weird? There we go. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good to go. Little, oh, lip balm. Did I do lip balm? Not yet. Okay, hang on. What do I have for lip balms? Hang on. Give me a second to think. I should have thought of it before. Because the one I picked out is fine. But it just doesn't scream bougie. But I guess I'm going to go with it. Because I've been using a lot. The Paula's Choice Peptide Lip Collagen Booster. Pro Collagen Peptide Gloss Balm. Sorry, totally wrong name. But it's pretty nice. So, you know what? It probably, actually nowadays, this brand probably does qualify as bougie. Because they're friggin' expensive. All I will say, yesterday I was at an intersection, and I looked over across, and the one car going left was a Maserati, the car going straight was a Maserati, and the car going right was a Maserati. How does that happen? And why don't I have one? Anyway, well, I guess they're not as expensive as they look. When I looked up prices, they weren't crazy expensive, so... But when I looked at that lineup of cars, I'm like, wow, that's like $5 million or something. And then I kind of looked at what they're actually worth. I'm like, yeah, it's more like 20 grand, you know, or more like 60 between the three. So anyway, whatever. Okay, well, that's my quote unquote bougiest I get routine. So curious if you have any bougie or Luxe products you like to use, or if you just go with the tried and true. There's a lot of tried and true brands. So there's not a lot of reason to mess around with some of these really cheap brand or expensive brands when there's cheaper alternatives that do the same and sometimes honestly do better. So anyway, leave your thoughts below. I will see you more tomorrow. Bye, guys.